To buy or to rent? It's probably one of the biggest financial questions we'll ever face. But let's be real, it's never just about the money, is it? It's emotional, it gets complicated, and oh yeah, it's usually loaded with pressure from pretty much everyone you know. So today, we're gonna cut through all that noise with a super simple, really powerful tool.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You're perfectly happy, maybe you're just enjoying your life, and then bam, the pressure hits. It's that little voice, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's just society, telling you what you should be doing with your money.
And that pressure is so real. Especially in a culture like ours in India, buying a house isn't just an investment. No, it's a rite of passage. It's seen as the ultimate sign that you finally made it. You see, money conversations are never just about the numbers. There's always a story, an emotion attached to them.
And all this pressure, it turns what should be a straightforward financial decision into a really emotional one. All of a sudden, you're not just picking a place to live, you're trying to meet expectations, you're trying to make everyone happy. And that is a huge weight to carry when all you want to do is make a smart choice for yourself.
So that's the real challenge, right? How do you take a step back from all the noise, all the expectations, and just figure out what actually makes financial sense for you? How do you know if you're making a great investment or just giving into the pressure? Well, I've got your answer right here. It's called the 420 rule. And you can think of it as your personal financial shield. It's a simple, jargon-free way to use some basic math to check if buying a house is actually a good deal. It protects you from making a purely emotional decision you might end up regretting.
Okay, let's dive into it. The 420 rule might sound a little technical, but I promise it's just two really simple checks rolled into one. We're gonna break down the 4 and the 20 so you can start using them like right away.
First up, the 4% test. It's super simple. Just figure out the total rent you'd pay for a place in 1 year. Then divide that by the property's total price. If that number is more than 4%, buying starts to look pretty good financially. But here's the thing. In most big cities, that number is way lower. We're talking 2 to 3%. And that's your first big clue that renting might actually be the smarter move.
Now for part 2, the number 20. Think of this as a quick check to see if a place is overpriced. You take the annual rent for a property and just multiply it by 20. If the seller's asking price for that same house is more than that number, that's a huge red flag that the property is probably way too expensive compared to what it's worth as a rental.
Okay, so we've got our math rule down, but let's be honest, these numbers don't exist in a bubble. So let's put this rule to work by looking at a few real-world things that can completely change the equation. Because this isn't just about a calculator, it's about your actual life.
The first really big one is interest rates. Your home loan payment, your EMI, it's not set in stone. Even a small 1 or 2% hike in interest rates can make your monthly payment shoot up. And as you can see, that extra weight can be totally crushing for a homeowner, while a renter stays flexible. When interest rates are high, the math often leans heavily, and I mean heavily, towards renting. And this just nails the whole idea of money psychology. Sure, a home is an asset, but it can also be a ball and chain. Renting Rahul here has total flexibility. He can pack up and move for an amazing new job tomorrow. Owner Om, though, he's locked in. So the real question for you is the security of owning an asset worth sacrificing the freedom in your lifestyle? All right, so we've talked about the emotions, the math, and the real-world stuff. Now let's pull it all together into a simple, powerful checklist you can use anytime you're facing this big decision. Just ask yourself these 3 things. Number 1, is the annual rent less than 4% of the property's price? Number 2, is the price more than 20 times the annual rent? Now, if you answered yes to those first 2, then from a purely financial view, renting is looking really good. And then, the final question, are you really going to stay in this city for the long haul, like 7 to 10 years? If not, all the costs and headaches of buying just might not be worth it. And that, right there, is the power of this simple rule. It lets you take a breath, step back from all the pressure, and just look at the situation clearly. The math doesn't have any feelings, but you know what? Using it correctly can absolutely save your feelings and your bank account from a bad decision. So, the question goes to you. Now that you're armed with the 420 rule, how does your situation look? Are you on team rent, loving that flexibility, or are you team buy, ready to plant some roots? The right answer is simply the one that works for your life and for your wallet.
Let's discuss that in the comments section. And as always, thanks for watching Alux Live. Subscribe for more.